Having an agent that you trust is so important because that person is really going to be able to create the value around your goal. What's up, everybody? So, it's Mike Frank here with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you guys live from the office, which I know everybody's kind of shut down and things are crazy and the world is sort of in a place we've never been before. So certainly something that we want to focus on today is talking a little bit about what it's going to be like to buy a home. Just in general, steps for shopping for a home. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or in the future, we have the opportunity to focus on what's important here and what's present, which is what we do for a living, buying a home. Also, fun facts, a lot of things that are going on in the world. Real estate was just designated as an essential business. So what that means for you guys, we've been releasing a lot of information and we want to talk a little bit more about how we're protecting our clients, how we're protecting our customers, and what we're going to be doing to help you guys in the process of buying a home throughout this whole situation that we're in. We have deals that are impending and closing, files that we've just opened. Talking about that, we've had, I think, 3 files open last week. So very excited for all of our clients that are sort of persevering through the difficult times to get to where they want to go, which is their end game of buying a home or selling a home. So that's actually what we're going to talk about a little bit today is the steps of buying a home. And I guess ultimately we need to know where to start. And it's so silly to think about where should you start in buying a home? Well, you obviously have to identify what is your long-term goal. Is your long-term goal to own a perfect forever house? Is your long-term goal to get into a great starter home or maybe to buy a move-up home, something that you've been in for 3 or 5 or 7 years that you're looking to grow out of? So maybe you want to buy something with a garage or something in a neighborhood that you particularly love. Or maybe you're downsizing into something more in the downtown area or you want to move out into the county depending on what your focus is. And that's really, really important. In the end of the day, creating a goal is so important because it drives all of the steps that are moving from that point forward. Something that you should be considering is the area that you want to live in, what your life might look like in 3 or 5 or 7 years, and what your big dreams and your big visions are. Because in the end of the day, no one is ever going to accomplish every single thing they set out for. But ultimately, if we can set an expectation that I'd like to have a pool, well, maybe one of the things that we identify is a neighborhood that has a community pool, or having your own personal pool in your backyard, and that's your choice. But without a goal, without a vision, you're not going to be able to accomplish that. Now, ultimately, we're going to ask super basic questions, things that may sound redundant, but how many bedrooms do you need? Well, do you need 3? Do you have 2 kids and you want 4, maybe 1 for a guest? But maybe that could double as an office space or a basement dwelling, something that could be an additional space that would fit your needs. Ultimately, identifying something as simple as how many bedrooms or how many bathrooms or what kind of budget you're considering is so silly, but also at the same time so imperative. Now, speaking of your budget, a lot of people think, well, what do you want to purchase or what can you afford or what's your budget look like? And I would ask a different question. I would ask, has anyone taken the time with you to evaluate your position in the marketplace? And what that really means is what is your budget going to allow you to purchase for the goals that you have set? And if we say something like, what is your budget? It's such a basic question, and I feel like we're going to get a basic answer. We're going to get my budgets to be under $300. My budget is $600. My budget is $7,000 a month. Whatever that looks like for you, that's your budget. But if we talk about what's your position in the marketplace and what is your opportunity going to purchase you, we could talk about things like, well, I would like to have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home on the water in the center of Canton, and my budget would allow me to go up to $750,000. But maybe we could say, well, for what you're looking for, to create a valuation of what your purchasing power looks like, we think we could accomplish that goal for a lesser budget, or we could spend more and get a higher quality, right? By evaluating our position in the marketplace, it gives us the opportunity to give more value and create a better position that you may be able to excel. Now, something else you may want to know is, have you been pre-approved or could you get pre-approved? How much money do I need down? And are there programs that may support my purchasing process? Well, all of these are very, very specific, person to person, transaction by transaction, and certainly in this time over time, of what a buyer might qualify for or what a seller might be looking for. And it's really important to find someone who you trust to sit down with you, to give you that valuation so that they're not just giving you a pre-approval for $400,000 or $200,000 or $700,000. They're actually taking the time to help you understand what that budget and what that approval is going to look like on a monthly basis. And does that meet your monthly budgeting, right? Now, something people often remember is that they need a real estate agent. And they say it like, I need one. I need to have one. And I would encourage you to believe that you absolutely do need to have one. But what you really need to have is you need to have someone that you trust. Having an agent that you trust is so important because that person is really going to be able to create the value around your goal. And your goal is the end game. Home Shopping 101 means let's identify your goals and accomplish them one after another, right? Having an agent that you trust, somebody that's going to go to bat for you, somebody that's going to step up to the plate and help you accomplish your goals and over exceed expectations is so important. But when you find that person and they say, this isn't going to work for you, then you come away from that conversation with trust and confidence that they're going to make it work for you in the long run. Finding an agent is a lot different than identifying an agent that you trust. And that's the key. I encourage you that you need a real estate agent, but more than needing a real estate agent, you need someone that you can trust to help you process the largest transaction of your life. And that's the key. By sitting down and taking the time to evaluate your position in the marketplace, we leave the opportunity for someone to step into our shoes and support our goals and over exceed expectations so that when something fails, we understand that that was the best thing that we could have accomplished. Because we know that the person that we put in charge of our largest investment was someone that we could trust. Now, once we've accomplished those two things, and they sound so silly, but that's the largest and most difficult part of the home buying process, getting put into a position with someone that you trust to take the time out of their day to evaluate your position in the marketplace is so important that once you're done all that, well, let's go buy a house. And it really is just that simple. Here for our team, we encourage our buyers to go out just for fun. And what we're saying is we want to go out and get coffee or relax or keep our social distance in this case. Maybe we're going to go over a FaceTime call or a Zoom video conference or a Google Hangout, whatever is most comfortable for you. And we're going to allow you the opportunity to walk through the threshold, understand the feelings and the sights and the sounds and even the smells of buying a home. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for weekly content. Also, check out our social media pages. The links are in the description below. See you next week.